suggest to you that 21st century leadership can be described in 3 words, because I think just to meet the needs of, not meet the needs of our employees, but to empower and inspire our employees requires a different kind of leadership. And I think it comes down to 3 things. It comes down to align, empower, and serve. It's not about following the great leader. It's not about following you as a leader. I don't think it's about that. I think the leadership followership model is out. What do I mean by these 3 things? Alignment. The first thing is, can you align people in your organization? Do you align people in your organization around a sense of purpose and a set of values? People need to know what to do. They need to know what the values of the organization are, and they need to know what the purpose of the organization. If you can bring that alignment together, that's the first step. And you know, a lot of my colleagues at business school and the finance department say this is the soft side of leadership. I'll tell you, from my experience, this is not soft. This is the hard side of leadership. It's much easier to get the numbers right than to align everyone in your organization around a common purpose and a common set of values. And when people know that, then they can be empowered to go out and do great things. And so that's the second point. Are the people in your organization empowered? Because I think that's our job as leaders. It's not to have power over others, it's to empower them to step up and lead, to go that extra mile for a customer, to come up with that creative program, to do the innovative thing, to do a better job in getting the place organized. All of those things come down to basic, are your people empowered? Because you sure can't do it all. So do you have an organization of empowered people? That is very hard to replicate. And third, empowered to do what? And I think it really comes down empowered to serve. We're called to serve our customers, our employees, our investors, and ultimately our communities. And the idea that we're only there to serve the shareholder of the last 5 minutes that the economists have put on us is flat out wrong. You won't have an organization if you're only focusing on that. But if we can serve our customers well, I would say to you that's the only way you can sustain the growth of your organization. And I know Milton Friedman wrote that anyone who gives money back to support their community is a socialist. This is nonsense. You know, you're part of a community. And when you lose sight of that, if you're just a big New York bank and you forget that you're operating in a community of people and you're serving customers, you're not going to have a business, because it really comes down to serving your community, serving all the customers in it responsibly, and helping them be responsible consumers. As bankers, that's, I believe, what you're called to do. Now, why is this more effective? Well, I think this kind of leadership, align, empower, and serve, is much more effective because this is the only way you can motivate people to peak performance. It's the only way you can get your people to give you the whole selves, not just their brain power, but to give you their hearts as well, to really care about customers. And people know when you care about them. We've all seen it in service industries we're in. People know when they come into your bank, your branch bank, they know whether people care about them. And finally, it's the only way I think we can fulfill our goal, which I think the measure of success should be creating value for all of our stakeholders. If we create value for our customers, you will create value for your shareholders. So I'd like to ask you, are you that kind of leader? Are you a 21st century leader who can create leaders? And is your organization that kind of organization that has leaders at all levels? Not just a great leader on top and a group of people that follow your rules down below, but you create leaders at all levels of the organization, because that's what it's going to take, in my opinion, for you to succeed. Now, some of you say, well, you know, I have to worry about all the big New York banks. You know, if you provide that level of service, there's always a place for that kind of personal service local organization. And those of you that are